I tweeted saying that you guys should send me your hot takes. Hey, you guys sent a lot. So let's go through these hot takes. So the first one is people who one-trick a weapon are super boring, especially if they're one-tricking it because it's meta. I don't even feel like that's hot. I feel like that's just kind of mild. That's like a Taco Bell mild level take. Not wrong, you know, like it is pretty boring if you play weapon because it's meta. But Anahi said X rank is the most healthy game mode to play right now. I'm not gonna lie. They're right. They're right. I can't lie. What do we scale this, chat? That's like a pretty cold take. Because it's the most healthiest mode in the game. But X rank, because of its matchmaking, because it like tries to match you with weapons and people that are similar skill and similar playstyle to your weapon, it makes it the most healthiest. How is the most competitive thing in the game the most healthiest? What the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. But that's a pretty cool take though. That's like freezer burn cold for that take. Spatula is a really good weapon. It's seen as underrated. However, due to it receiving 0 buffs, I hope they buff it like they did the 10 slightly. It is an underrated weapon, but I wouldn't call it really good. I would not call it really good. So we'll go ahead and just call it like Taco Bell levels of mild. Everyone by 6 says missiles is still the best weapon in the game. It's just not placed in that spot because it hasn't gotten a weapon to spam it enough for like a shooter. If it got in on a shooter with a lethal bomb, it would instantly be Splatoon 2 all over again. I mean, that's not too spicy though, right? Because they're not wrong. Missiles would be a problem if it got on a shooter, but right now it's limited to Reflux, Clash Blaster, and Flingza. So like all weapons that can't get it that well. So I would say that's like a pretty mild take. It's like between spicy and mild. I'll say that. We have one by Casey that says Splatoon 2 looks awful in comparison to Splatoon 3. There's no special ink. The colors are dull and the ink is flat. Oh, and pencil is the funniest charger in the game. Also, Splatoon 3 looks awful in comparison to Splatoon 2. Oh, okay. Okay, so this case they meant the other way around. I was gonna say because like Splatoon 2 visually, it looks better. Okay, this take that Splatoon 3 looks more dull than 2. I gotta agree. Like, it is a hot take. I'll say that. This is like probably as spicy as you can get, maybe. I feel like the only reason Splatoon 2 looks like visually more appealing than 3 when it comes to like just the way they ink interacts with everything is simply because of the lighting. It's like if you look at the pictures between this, right? Ink looks dull, you know, not as reflective. I feel like it's because of the shadows too in this. I think it's totally because of the shadows, but like I will admit, yeah, Splatoon 2's ink, it popped. Splatoon 3's, it's dull. Yeah, I'll admit that. It does feel dull sometimes. Splatoon 3 netcode is better than Splatoon 2 netcode. Not spicy. That's so spicy, it might even be too hot to handle. That's some like Carolina Reaper levels of spice, my guy. Shift Station's overrated. I mean, it's a spicy take. I gotta admit, it's a spicy take. I will admit. Yeah, no, it's spicy because I will admit. I know a lot of people praise Shifty Station, saying that we should have them like instead of like for tricolor maps. Because honestly, I agree. We need like Shifty Station type designs for tricolor maps to make them more interesting. But I will admit, Shifty Stations, they fucking sucked. they sucked. There wasn't like a single one that I actually had a good amount of time on. Because like Shifty Stations either ranged from being like absolute dog water to like decent at best, and like, I feel like we put them on like a high pedestal, but admittedly, man, they fucking sucked half the time. Like if we had a Shift Station that was bad, it ruined the entire Splatfest. I gotta admit, yeah, no, that's a spicy take, very spicy, but they're correct. Splatoon 2 version 1.4, Splatprella would not be overtuned in Splatoon 3. 90 damage, 20 shots without ink saver main. Blasters and chargers do less damage to shield, and I dare say it could use even more buffs like better strafe speed, less time to open shield, and less startup, less end lag. How was Splatoon 2 Brella? I don't remember this Brella. I don't remember that at all. I don't think I was there that early in Splatoon 2. That's where I remember how Splatprella was. We'll go ahead and say this is spicy, but question mark it. Because I honestly don't know. Missile is not that big of a problem. It's a very good displacement special, and with a cooldown, a balanced one. That's hot. That's hot. That's a hot take. That is a hot fucking take. I mean, admittedly, it was always a very good displacement special, but it could be a problem. I don't know. I will admit, I think it was 6 is sweet, right? Yeah, going back to like 6 is sweet. It would be a problem if it was on a shooter, but as of right now, missiles is in a pretty decent place. Why are there so many 10 missiles ones? Because hot take, dodging missiles kind of feels like a fun game of tag almost. It also kind of hurts knowing that it can get annoying as somebody who mains flings and wiper deco. I mean, I don't consider it a mini game. I consider it to be fucking hell. But sure, we'll say it's mild. We'll say Taco Bell mild though. Story mode was actually pretty good. It's so different than the other ones, and the way it took inspiration from Octo expansion was amazing. It was more interactive and flexible, and let us learn about the history. Final boss fight was cinematic in a way, and music goes hard. That's a hot take, chat. That's cold as shit. That's cold. Wait. People actually think Splatoon 3's story mode was trash? Wait. Nah, chat. Talk to me. There are actual people out there that think Splatoon 3 story mode is bad? It took the best aspects of like the past ones in the Octo expansion. How's that bad? It has more cutscenes than any other Splatoon game. Gave us a pretty damn fun, like, after alternate level. Bosses were fun and unique, and they could be challenging if you didn't get the upgrades. What the fuck? People didn't like it? Really? There's no way. I think L3D is a good weapon with a lot of potential. Okay, admittedly, it has potential, but the nozzle noses are so, like, undertuned that they're not fun compared to Squeezer. So I will say that much. Yeah, no, weapon has potential. So we'll go and call this like a pretty Taco Bell mild take. We'll call it there. Dr. Lane girl hairstyle looks better in Splatoon 2 than one with the hair down. Does it? Chat, we gotta go, Ned. We gotta you already know we gotta go check this out. I think, yeah, okay, visually, from what I remember of Splatoon 2, it looks better. Yeah, I'll agree with them on that one. It looks better. That's a pretty hot take, but it is better. Yeah. Stamper's better than Wiper Deco. If they had said that Stamper and Wiper are better than Wiper Deco, I would have agreed, because Wiper Deco's garbage in my opinion. But they went ahead and said Stamper's better than both Wipers, so I don't know. But I mean, Stamper being better than Wiper, I don't know, because Stamper's in a good position right now. It's in a healthy position right now in the game, but I will admit, due to its nerfs and a lot of people just kind of dropping it because it kind of fell out of the meta because of its nerfs, a lot of people swapped to Wiper instead. So there's like an overrun of Wipers now. It's not fun, admittedly, especially if they're good. So I don't know, that mild take, I guess. I don't know. We should be playing clams only in competitive. You mean like competitive Splatoon or ranked Splatoon? Because either way, that's already a thing technically, right? Because we're only playing ranked modes in ranked. Mild tick, I guess. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Let me send one in and says, I don't really like how people ship Marie and Shiver and Kelly and Fry. Shiver and Fry is based. Yeah, I never understood why they did that either. I'll admit. Like, I will admit, the ships are cute, but I don't understand, like, why people shipped them together. You know, I don't know why. That kind of came out of the blue, but we'll put that up there with, like, the Taco Bell mild spicy, you know? Summoner's best mode in Splatoon 3. That's not even spicy. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. That's cold as fuck. That's very cold. Restart is a strong special in Tetris and arguably better than Zipcaster, even though it's less fun. Having the ability to force yourself into any area is very strong, and even if you get picked off, you can normally get a trade or at least deal some damage. I mean, as a guy who actually enjoys Reef more on Tetris than Zipcaster, I gotta agree. But we'll put that up there with like Taco Bell mild spicy, like a mild spicy, because it is more fun. But I can't agree with the fact that, like, with their statement of like it's very strong and you can only get a trait or deal some damage, because there are moments where Reef Slider just doesn't do anything. So like, I don't know. We'll put this in a mild though. If you know how to use the Big Swig and learn its mechanics and uses etc., it can be one of the best weapons in the game. We'll turn for a while, so already that makes this hot take not really that crazy. Sure, I don't know. I'm not too big on Big Swig. I don't really use it that much. But from what I've seen, Big Swig Express is a lot better of a weapon than the base one, because its potential to kill and get chip damage. So like, mild, I guess, mild take. Agent 4 should be underrated / overlooked because their story mode is the least significant. If it was least significant, then that would also invalidate Agent 3 in general, because Agent 3's whole shtick was to get back the Great Zapfish, and Agent 4 did that too, and saved Callie, which is like twice as much as what Agent 3 did. Agent 3 just gets a pass because they're older though, and because they're an Octo expansion. Hot take? Admittedly, it's a pretty hot take, but if we're gonna take that into consideration, then we need to also question Agent 3. Customization system is abysmal and should be entirely reworked along with the ability system. That's just wrong altogether, but that is a hot take. That's as hot as it can get. But like, what a part of it is abysmal. You get to upgrade 3 aspects of your character. If they allowed us to customize things such as earrings and other shit, sure, but like it doesn't need a complete rework. All Splatoon 3 needs is to give us more non-gear ability type cosmetics. Give us more cosmetics in the game, such as like piercings or earrings or like hair customizations or something like that. Stuff that more customizations, like even for Ink Tank, we need more customizations that aren't like related to gear abilities. That's what we need. We don't need a rework of the gear system, and we don't need a rework of the ability system because the abilities are fine right now. The abilities are probably in the best place they've been in the franchise, minus respawn punish. It's like honestly, that's a hot take, but I can't agree with that one. I can't agree with that. Viper is a bit too insane and needs nerfs. Mainly in the object damage department because this thing just destroys Brillas way too fast before they even have a chance to fight back. Undercover especially gets its shield broken in one charge slash, and two horizontals is just stupid. A hot take, I guess. Pretty mild, but I mean, all of this really comes down to not really a wiper nerf, but a Brella adjustment. That's just a Brella buff. That's just like a Brella tweak. That has nothing to do with wiper. Sure, wiper is an issue for Brella, but if the main issue is concerning Brella, like what it does to Brella, there shouldn't Brella be the thing that gets buffs, not wiper getting nerfs? That doesn't make any sense to me, but okay. Luna Blaster Neo is better than S-Blast with its current kit. Yeah, I mean, I will admit this. S-Blast right now, if it didn't have the shit kit of Reef and, what's it, Sprinkler? It would actually be outperforming a lot of blasters right now. And it already is, just as a main weapon itself. But if it had a better kit, it would be outperforming so many other blasters. But right now, admittedly, yeah, Luna Blaster, Neo, and I will admit, even the base Luna Blaster itself, they do outperform S-Blast because they're faster, more consistent, you know, with their range and shooting. And they can actually fight S-Blast at a close range better than S-Blast can fight itself. So I will admit, pretty mild take, like Taco Bell mild spicy, or Taco Bell mild. So big one, you don't need to play the game every day to the point of burnout, especially if you grinded a lot of 2. If things are slow in the mid season, take a break. It's natural and it will help you feel better about the game later. Okay, that's like Taco Bell mild. I gotta agree with it. Yeah, no, I'll admit, after I got my 5-star with T-Tech, I've been taking a break from Splatoon because I'm just like, I need a break. You know, I've been playing shit like Rain Code. Lately, I've just been playing a shit ton of Tetris, Rain Code, Going Under. You know, I beat Kirby and I gotta move on to Fire Emblem Engage pretty soon. Like, I gotta admit, you know, I agree. You don't need to play the game every day. Ballpoint's run speed should have been nerfed severely so that Mini could have its gimmick back. I've never liked Ballpoint purely for the fact that it stole everything from Mini from the moment it was added into 2 to this very day. I mean, that's just resentment, but I mean that's spicy as fuck. But I mean, I will agree. Like, Ballpoint, it needs an adjustment, but I don't think run speed's the way to go. But I mean, I don't know. If Mini's whole gimmick, right, is that it can be fast, then shouldn't the whole thing be that like Ballpoint doesn't get nerfed, but instead Mini gets buffed so that its run speed outperforms Ballpoint with enough run speed, right? Like a lot of the things I will admit, like a lot of the hot takes in here that are like nerf this, nerf that, they can be easily fixed by buffing the weapon that is the issue. You know, like in this, it's like, you know, nerf Ballpoint, okay, but you're nerfing Ballpoint to make Mini better. If that's the case, just buff Mini so that it outperforms the run speed of Ballpoint, keeps its gimmick, and Ballpoint can still do what it needs to do. There doesn't need to be nerfs. This feels like an Overwatch type like mindset where it's like, we need to nerf this, we need to nerf that, we need to nerf that, nerf him, nerf her, nerf that. You know, it feels like an Overwatch mindset. Just buff it. You know, like a small buff for Mini would be great, but I don't know, that's a hot take though, man. Like, that's a pretty hot take. Table Turf is the best mode of the entire game, cannot be ruined by bad maps or poor weapon balance. No, but it can't get ruined by the cards, so we'll put that in like cold. Put that in cold. The leader actually sucks against Inkjet. The downtime it has in between shots is super easy for a good Inkjet user to exploit. Okay, counter take. If you're really good with E-Leader, Inkjet is not an issue. We'll put that in like a mild though, because it's like, it starts off hot, but it's like, the entire thing about Inkjet being, or like E-Leader sucking against Inkjet is that E-Leader can't hit it that well. If you're really good with E-Leader, and if you know Evi, they're really fucking good. So like, I feel like they can hit Inkjets consistently. So we'll put that in like a Taco Bell mild. I personally think that duelist cultures need to be buffed just a little bit damage wise, and we need a better kit for the custom because they suck. I need to answer why. I mean, that's mild. I will admit they do need to be buffed. I don't think they should be buffed damage wise, I do think they need a buff in terms of ink saver, in terms of like their ink consumption, because they do need that since like Splatoon 2. The kit for custom though, I'll agree with that. You know, the kit for custom fucking sucks. The kit for custom is, as of right now, let me show this. Kit for custom is Beacon and Super Chump. Super Chump was actually a good idea. I think that's a great idea for dual squelchers, but Beacon was not the way to go. That should have gotten something like Auto Bomb, so we can actually follow up with that. But I don't know. Yeah, admittedly, pretty mild take. I think custom range blaster should get point sensor ink fac to make it painful to use. Fuck yeah. Pretty hot take. Fuck yeah. Big Swig best roller. That's pretty cool. Do better. Stop. Do better. Matchmaking is way shorter than Splatoon 2. It's been like that ever since launch. It's kind of getting better. It's kind of gotten better since. Matchmaking hasn't changed, has it? Has it changed yet? I haven't really followed up with like how matchmaking's been. Matchmaking, I mean, it's the same it's always been. I see no issues with it. All right, well, there we go. That was Splatoon 3 hot takes. That let me know what you guys in the comments below. When this video does release, feel free to put your own hot takes in the description, in the comment section, but down below. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna move on to the next thing on the stream. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you're watching this in video form, you goober, fucking watch this on stream. I see you over there, Michael, watching this shit not live. How fucking dare you? My fingernails are long as shit, but how dare you not watch this stream live? What the fuck are you doing? Anyways, on the next shit.